Okay, is it just me, or is Peacemaker Season 2 healing all wounds from the absolute disaster the DCU has been in the past? Sure, the Batman and 2025 Superman were highlights, maybe even James Gunn's Suicide Squad, but I guess I'm mainly referring to the universe's continuity. It's been a mess. But in episode 6 of Peacemaker Season 2, we got a massive cameo, which really sealed the deal for the resurrection of the DCU. Let's dive into the details behind Peacemaker's biggest cameo yet and what it means for the future of the DCU. Alright, Peacemaker may have played itself off as a throwaway comedy series a while back, but James Gunn has made us all look dumb with Season 2. Sure, Season 1 is a bit of a wash now, but that's besides the point. In a video interview posted on HBO's Peacemaker X Cancel account, Gunn again mentioned that the canon DCU begins with Creature Commandos, then Superman, then Season 2 of Peacemaker. That's it. Season 1 doesn't really matter anymore. Sorry, Peacemaker fans. In the opening scene of Season 2, the Justice League is completely replaced with the Justice Gang. Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Henry Cavill's Superman are all completely replaced with Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, David Corenswet's Superman, and Supergirl. David Corenswet's cameo wasn't just a gag. It changed the trajectory of Peacemaker altogether. In Season 2, Episode 6 of Peacemaker, titled Ignorance is Chris, Lex Luthor from the newest Superman film didn't only make an appearance. We now know he is officially canon in the main Peacemaker timeline, in which he cuts a deal with General Rick Flag Sr. Many fans originally thought that this was unlikely. After all, Hoult is a very well-known actor, albeit underrated actor. I mean, it couldn't have been cheap to get him on the show. Sure, but what about Corenswet, you might ask? You know, you have to remember the Superman actor is relatively new. Yes, he's had roles in the past in Pearl and Twister, but unlike Hoult, I'd say Superman was his path to instant notoriety. In Episode 6, Luthor is being held in the metahuman carceral facility Belle Reve prison, which serves as the base of operations for the Suicide Squad. Why is he there? Well, it was discovered that he was actually the mastermind behind the Bravia-Jarhanpur War, so he's thrown in prison to serve a 265-year sentence, just in time for GTA 6. As I said, Lex Luthor's appearance in Peacemaker is far from just another cameo. Director and DCU saving grace James Gunn has already stated that the HBO series will serve as a bridge between the 2025 Superman film and his planned 2027 sequel, Man of Tomorrow. If you had told me back when Peacemaker first came out that this series, starring John Cena of all people, would come to redefine the DCU's relaunch, I simply wouldn't have believed you. Uh-oh, here come the comments. Anyways, on an episode of the official Peacemaker podcast, again, an official podcast? James Gunn addressed Luthor's cameo by saying it's a really important moment, not only for Peacemaker, but for the entire DCU. Fun fact, Hoult's cameo was actually shot while Superman 2025 was still filming. I guess they thought they'd knock out two birds with one stone. James Gunn's comments on the canonness? James Gunn's thoughts on Season 1's level of canon were super jumbled early on. Back in 2024, James Gunn backpedaled, saying that all of Peacemaker was canon, with the exception of the inclusion of the Justice League, which he was found saying. The truth is, almost all of Peacemaker is canon, with the exception of the Justice League, which we'll kind of deal with in the next season of Peacemaker. But based on his statements regarding Peacemaker Season 2's massive role in the future of not only Superman, but the DCU as a whole, I'd say he's finally got things figured out. But, now hear me out, it's still not to the level of genius that the MCU had during its peak, the Infinity Saga. Oh boy, this is about to get really controversial. Okay, so I need you to follow me on this. Honestly, we should have seen the Lex Luthor cameo coming. I mean, before I dive into the MCU versus DCU comparison, let's look at arguably the best DCU film to date, The Batman. Who got the cameo at the end of that movie? The Joker. Why does that matter? Well, it doesn't. But I want to point out a theme here. Clearly, the DCU likes using villain cameos to drive their story forward and tease their next projects. Anyways, let's dive into the topic that's going to get me canceled. The DCU is still running to catch up with the MCU. Are you guys still here? Cool. So, it was rumored a few years back the DCU canon was going to be completely wiped. Some speculated that this was a decision made following the massive release of Avengers Endgame. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you, I ain't speculating, I'm stating. Avengers Endgame was probably one of the best movie theater experiences of all time, rivaling the hype for Star Wars, Hunger Games, etc. I mean, I remember going into work and all my coworkers were quite literally stepping on eggshells, trying not to spoil what they had seen in the movie theaters for those who hadn't seen it. I had another coworker watch Endgame pirated over and over in the employee cafeteria. It was that good. I'm not saying the DCU has never had a success like Endgame, because I can tell you straight up, Todd Phillips' Joker is one of my top 3 favorite films of all time, but I think the head execs at Warner Bros. Realized they were going to have to step up their game. Few franchises have been as consistent as the Marvel Universe, and few have been as messy as the DCU, so it makes sense they'd want to clean up their act after seeing how well the MCU was doing, thanks to their dedication to continuity. I think Lex Luthor's cameo in Peacemaker is James Gunn's attempt to achieve the same continuity, care, and hype the MCU did so flawlessly back in their prime. Despite his 265-year sentence, Luthor's journey is just beginning. Peacemaker sets him up perfectly for the next phase of his career. In episode 6, Rick Flag Sr. promises Luthor an opportunity for redemption. All Luthor has to do? Give Flag Sr. the technology needed to win against Chris Smith, aka Peacemaker. The first step in their plan is to move Luthor from his current cell to a new one at the Van Cole maximum security prison, the same one we see in DC's Arrowverse. Alright, so Luthor's working on a new technology with Flag Sr. So what? Well, I'd say we found ourselves the plot for James Gunn's next Superman film, Man of Tomorrow. Whew, did you make it to the end of the video? Alright, in all seriousness, Peacemaker Season 2 is a huge accomplishment for James Gunn, and I think it's only improved his directing portfolio. Gunn is the future of the DCU, like it or not, and that's a good thing. He cares about the characters and what made the original comics so great, and in my opinion, that's all you really need. What did you think of these Peacemaker theories? Did you suspect Lex Luthor would make a cameo, or were you taken by surprise? What can we expect from Man of Tomorrow now that we have an idea of its plot? Be honest, how much of a positive impact do you think the MCU has had on the DCU? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more theories just like these. Thanks again for watching Screen Rant, and I'll see you in the next one.